All right. This chick is toast. Oh! Beat him up!
Who you gonna call? One iconic question, heard around the world. But did you know that one Ghostbusters star disappeared from Hollywood for 20 years? Released in 1984, Ghostbusters became a timeless childhood icon. Funny, spooky, and unforgettable. Today on Hollywood Movie Stars, we're taking a nostalgic trip back to the 80s to reveal the heartbreaking secrets behind its legendary cast. How old were you when you first watched Ghostbusters? Comment below and don't forget to subscribe to relive the memories with us. Bill Murray.
I think he can hear you, Ray.
Don't move. It won't hurt you.
Bill Murray played Dr. Peter Venkman at age 34. As the group's witty and sarcastic leader, Venkman stood out for his clever quips and skeptical attitude. His romantic subplot with Dana Barrett, played by Sigourney Weaver, added emotional depth to the supernatural comedy. Born on September 21, 1950, in Illinois, USA, Murray was raised in a large Irish Catholic family with 8 siblings. His father died when he was just 17, leaving the family financially and emotionally strained. Before fame, Bill worked as a golf caddy and theater ticket seller. Prior to Ghostbusters, Murray was already known for his work on Saturday Night Live and his breakout role in Stripes, 1981. His deadpan comedic style and improvisational skills made him an unexpected asset to the film. It's been revealed that many of his lines weren't scripted. Murray improvised much of his dialogue, adding a spontaneous edge that helped define the character. Following Ghostbusters, Bill Murray starred in hits like Groundhog Day, 1993, and Lost in Translation, 2003, which earned him a Golden Globe and an Oscar nomination. Yet, his personal life has been complicated. He went through 2 divorces and has 6 children. His ex-wife, Jennifer Butler, accused him of domestic abuse, infidelity, and substance use, allegations he never publicly addressed. Despite continued success, Murray grew increasingly distant from Hollywood, famously refusing to hire agents or managers. In 2022, production on one of his films was halted due to allegations of inappropriate behavior on set. Though not legally charged, the incident dealt a blow to his public image. As of 2024, Bill Murray's estimated net worth stands at $180 million. He now leads a reclusive life, occasionally surfacing at sports games or even crashing strangers' weddings, staying true to his quirky, unpredictable persona that fans have both admired and questioned over the years. Dan Aykroyd.
Go get her, Ray.
Dan Aykroyd played Ray Stantz at age 32, a kind-hearted, enthusiastic paranormal enthusiast. Ray served as the emotional core of the team and was the first to suggest turning ghost hunting into a business. His camaraderie with Peter Venkman and Egon Spengler formed the trilogy's dynamic center. His full name is Daniel Edward Aykroyd, born July 1, 1952, in Ottawa, Canada. His father worked in civil service, and his mother was a secretary. Intriguingly, Aykroyd's family had a history of spiritualism. His great-grandfather was a documented spiritualist, which directly inspired his concept for Ghostbusters. Dan launched his career on Saturday Night Live, becoming famous for his rapid-fire delivery and sharp wit. He originally wrote a 180-page script for Ghostbusters, which Harold Ramis later refined. For Aykroyd, Ghostbusters was more than fiction. It was rooted in his lifelong fascination with the paranormal. Following Ghostbusters, Dan Aykroyd starred in The Blues Brothers, 1980, Trading Places, 1983, and Coneheads, 1993. Yet none matched Ghostbusters' cultural impact. In 1983, he married actress Donna Dixon. They had 3 daughters and separated in 2022 after nearly 4 decades together. Aykroyd is famously devoted to the supernatural. He launched Crystal Head Vodka, sold in skull-shaped bottles and filtered through Herkimer diamonds, reflecting his belief in spiritual energy. Though rarely in the spotlight, Aykroyd reprised his role in Ghostbusters, Afterlife, 2021, and narrated documentaries on paranormal phenomena. As of 2024, his estimated net worth is $200 million. He currently lives a quiet life in Canada, spending time with family and exploring spiritualist topics, very much in tune with the Ray Stantz character he brought to life. Harold Ramis. Harold Ramis portrayed Dr. Egon Spengler at age 39, a brilliant, introverted scientist with a deadpan wit. As the intellectual core of the team, Egon balanced the group's chaotic energy with calm rationality. His bond with Ray Stantz, Dan Aykroyd, was central to the team's scientific credibility. Ramis not only starred in the film, but co-wrote the script with Aykroyd, crafting one of the most iconic screenplays of the 1980s. Born Harold Allen Ramis in 1944 in Chicago to a middle-class Jewish family, he once worked in a mental institution, later crediting the experience with shaping his understanding of human behavior. Before Ghostbusters, Ramis had made his mark directing Caddyshack, 1980, and co-starring in Stripes, 1981. Known for his unpretentious leadership style, he viewed comedy as a lens to understand life's deeper truths. After Ghostbusters, Harold continued his brilliant career behind the camera, directing classics like Groundhog Day, 1993, and Analyze This, 1999. However, post-2007, he largely withdrew from public life. A rare autoimmune vasculitis left him partially paralyzed and unable to speak for extended periods. Despite his health challenges, Ramis remained quietly involved in writing and mentoring. He passed away on February 24, 2014 in Glencoe, Illinois, at age 69, due to complications from autoimmune inflammatory vasculitis. He was laid to rest at Shalom Memorial Park in Illinois. His estimated net worth at the time of death was around $50 million. Notably, Bill Murray, estranged from Ramis for nearly 2 decades following creative clashes on Groundhog Day, reconciled with him shortly before his passing, a touching close to a long and legendary collaboration. Sigourney Weaver.
Hello? That's a different look.
Sigourney Weaver played Dana Barrett at age 34. Dana was a sophisticated cellist living in a Central Park apartment that became haunted by supernatural forces, specifically the demon Zool. As the first civilian to encounter paranormal activity in the film, her character becomes the emotional and narrative catalyst. She shared a flirtatious and witty dynamic with Dr. Peter Venkman, Bill Murray, bringing both heart and humor to the story. Sigourney's birth name is Susan Alexandra Weaver, born on October 8, 1949 in Manhattan, New York. Despite her privileged upbringing, her father was NBC President Pat Weaver, she chose to forge her path. She studied at Stanford and Yale School of Drama and worked as a waitress and secretary to support herself in the early years. Before Ghostbusters, she had already achieved cult status as Ellen Ripley in Alien, 1979, redefining the female action hero archetype. Weaver's portrayal in Ghostbusters stood out for bringing emotional depth to a genre often dominated by male-driven narratives. As of 2025, Sigourney Weaver is 75 years old and remains an active and respected figure in Hollywood. After reprising Dana in Ghostbusters 2, 1989, and a cameo in Ghostbusters, Afterlife, 2021, she continued to cement her legacy through major roles in the Avatar franchise, where she portrayed Dr. Grace Augustine. Her performance in Avatar, The Way of Water, 2022, playing both her original role and the new character Kiri via motion capture, demonstrated her versatility even in her 70s.
To write straight into the heart of a character.
Why am I different?
Performance capture.
Weaver has been married to director Jim Simpson since 1984, and they have a daughter, Charlotte. Her private life has remained scandal-free. Known for her commitment to environmental activism, she often supports ocean preservation and climate change initiatives. With an estimated net worth of $60 million, Sigourney Weaver is not only a cultural icon, but also a symbol of longevity and reinvention. She continues to act in both blockbuster films and indie projects, choosing roles with depth and complexity. Her legacy stretches across science fiction, drama, and comedy, making her one of the most admired actresses of her generation. Rick Moranis. In the 1984 blockbuster Ghostbusters, Rick Moranis portrayed Louis Tully, a bumbling, overly talkative tax accountant who lives alone in the same apartment building as Dana Barrett, played by Sigourney Weaver. At 31 years old at the time, Moranis brought sharp improvisational skills and quirky comedic charm to the role, turning what could have been a minor side character into one of the film's most memorable. The role was originally intended for John Candy, but after he declined, the script was adjusted to suit Moranis's softer, more offbeat comedic style. Lewis served as the film's primary comic relief, frequently launching into awkward, off-topic financial anecdotes and making clumsy attempts to woo Dana. His character takes a supernatural turn when he's possessed by the demigod Vince Clortho, becoming the Keymaster, setting off one of the movie's strangest yet still humorous subplots.
Got a milk boat!
Rick Moranis was born on April 18, 1953, in Toronto, Canada, into a middle-class Jewish family. He began his career as a radio DJ before transitioning into comedy, achieving breakout success on the sketch show SCTV, alongside fellow comedians like John Candy and Eugene Levy. As of 2025, Moranis is 72 years old and is widely known for stepping away from Hollywood for personal reasons. After starring in several hit films in the late 80s and early 90s, including Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, 1989, and Little Shop of Horrors, 1986, he took a hiatus from acting in 1997 to care for his two young children after his wife, costume designer Ann Belsky, died of breast cancer in 1991. Though he stayed away from screens for nearly 3 decades, Moranis never formally retired. In 2020, he made a surprise appearance in a Mint Mobile commercial with Ryan Reynolds. That same year, he was randomly assaulted on a New York street, suffering minor injuries but fully recovering, prompting an outpouring of sympathy and support from fans worldwide. Moranis has never remarried. He leads a private life in Manhattan, avoiding the spotlight and social media. Though he rarely appears publicly, his cinematic legacy endures. As of 2025, his net worth is estimated at $10 million, reflecting both his past success and his modest, frugal lifestyle. Ernie Hudson.
Ray, when someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes!
Ernie Hudson played Winston Zeddemore, the fourth and last member to join the Ghostbusters team. At age 38, Hudson brought grounded energy to the role, portraying Winston as a practical, no-nonsense working man who just wants a steady paycheck. Unlike the other members, Winston had no scientific background, making him the audience's relatable voice amid the ghost-hunting chaos. His character developed camaraderie with Ray, Dan Aykroyd, and mutual respect with Venkman, Bill Murray, adding a blue-collar dynamic to the eccentric team. Born Ernest Lee Hudson on December 17, 1945 in Benton Harbor, Michigan, he was raised by his grandmother after his mother died of tuberculosis shortly after his birth. Overcoming poverty and racial barriers, Hudson earned a B.A. from Wayne State University and studied acting at Yale School of Drama. Before Ghostbusters, he starred in The Human Tornado and Penitentiary 2. gradually building a strong resume in stage and screen work. Now, in his late 70s, Ernie Hudson remains active in Hollywood, appearing in major projects like Grace and Frankie, LA's Finest, and the Quantum Leap reboot. In Ghostbusters, Afterlife, 2021, and Frozen Empire, 2024, he reprised Winston, now a wealthy tech mogul funding Ghostbuster operations, showing the character's full-circle evolution. Personally, Hudson is a father of 4 and has been married to his second wife, Linda Kingsburg, since 1985. He often speaks about his early struggles as a black actor in Hollywood, emphasizing perseverance over fame. He's admired for staying grounded, spiritual, and scandal-free throughout his career. As of 2025, Ernie Hudson's estimated net worth is $5 million, accumulated through consistent work in film, TV, voice acting, and public events. Annie Potts.
Very handy, I can tell.
Annie Potts played Janine Melnitz, the smart, snarky, no-nonsense receptionist of the Ghostbusters team. At age 32, Potts gave the character a memorable edge with her thick Brooklyn accent, dry wit, and flirtatious dynamic with Egon Spengler, Harold Ramis. Janine wasn't just a secretary, she grounded the film's chaos with sarcastic humor and unwavering loyalty. Born on October 28, 1952 in Nashville, Tennessee, Potts grew up in a middle-class household. Her life was marked by tragedy at 21 when her younger sister was killed in a car crash, a moment that deeply shaped her perspective. Before Ghostbusters, she earned a Golden Globe nomination for Corvette Summer, 1978, showcasing early promise. Janine's bold fashion, red pixie haircut, and sharp attitude made her a cultural icon. Rather than a typical supporting female, she brought agency and voice to her role, solidifying Potts as one of the standout performers of the decade. Following her breakout in Ghostbusters, Annie Potts continued to shine with her role as Mary Jo in Designing Women, 1886 to 1993, earning an Emmy nomination. She also won the hearts of younger audiences as Meemaw in Young Sheldon, 2017 to 2024. Unlike her on-screen sass as Janine, Potts has maintained a quiet, grounded lifestyle off-screen. She has been married 4 times and is a mother to 3 sons, one of whom is a documentary filmmaker. Despite suffering a major leg injury in a 1972 car crash, Potts remained resilient and active in her career. Known for her professionalism, she has stayed clear of major scandals or controversies. Now living in Los Angeles with her 4th husband, director James Heyman, Potts continues to act and support charitable causes focused on children's and women's rights. As of 2025, Annie Potts's net worth is estimated at $8 million, a testament to her enduring presence and steady success over more than 4 decades in the industry. Slavitza Jovan.
Are you a god? Then
Slavitza Jovan played Gozer the Gozerian, the shape-shifting deity of destruction. At roughly 29 years old, born December 28, 1954 in former Yugoslavia, now Serbia, she was a fashion model turned actress. Jovan obtained the role through a modeling agent, not a conventional film audition. Gozer was depicted as a powerful, emotionless figure. Jovan used intense facial expressions, regal posture, and minimal movement to convey otherworldliness. Filming lasted about 3 weeks in an uncomfortable bodysuit and red contact lenses, with makeup starting at 4 a.m. and strict 20-minute lens limits plus on-set medical supervision. Gozer's voice was dubbed by Patty Edwards, and despite lacking dialogue, the character became iconic. Ghostbusters grossed over $295 million worldwide, holding the record for highest-grossing comedy at the time. Now at 70 years old, Slavitza Jovan leads a private life in Los Angeles, seldom appearing in public. Following her portrayal of Gozer, she appeared in only a handful of films, including Body Double, 1984, Tapeheads, 1988, House on Haunted Hill, 1999, and Knight of Cups, 2015. Altogether, she has approximately 10 acting credits over 3 decades. Originally a respectable model in Europe and America, she transitioned into acting through her unique presence. Jovan has consistently maintained her privacy. There are no known reports of marriage, children, or romantic relationships. She does not use social platforms, which has amplified her enigmatic appeal to fans. As of early 2025, her financial worth is estimated between $250,000 and $300,000, derived from her work in modeling, movie roles, and occasional convention appearances related to Ghostbusters. Each character in Ghostbusters left an unforgettable mark on fans' hearts. Though time has passed, their legacy lives on. If you notice any inaccurate details, we warmly welcome your gentle feedback to help us improve future videos. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe to Hollywood Movie Stars, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our next stories.